Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're in the deepest night, in deepest Noraland, just north of the Embrace. So, I was searching for that elusive quest that I wanted to do, that elusive side quest, and I think it's here. In the downtime, because time is against us, I've been collecting a few data points, just going around and grabbing those up, especially these world data points. You can see I've gone through sequentially here. So I just thought I'd pick out a few that I liked and read them to you. Let's read about Harriet Choi. So Harriet Choi was a Naysane Doom priestess, and she died in 2063. This is just before the Pharaoh Plague. So this is in Australia. Infamous bioterrorist and Naysane Doom cult member Harriet Choi has died of lung cancer at the age of 54. So during the time of the die-off and the climate change and the clawback, there were lots of groups, rebellious groups, that rose up and organised because they valued Earth higher than humanity, and they used to do terrorist attacks to cull humanity, basically, to try and give the world a fair clip. An understandable point of view, but perhaps a little bit, callous and over the top, but there we go. And one of those was Naysane Doom. There were others, possibly One Earth was another one, but Naysane Doom seemed, just by the name itself, it sounds very, very ominous. So Choi, whose religious beliefs prevented her from seeking treatment, released a statement last year reading in part, "I am dying, as always, and none are far behind me. I remain steadfast. Father Globe is in his death throes." So it's interesting that they call it Father Globe instead of Mother Earth. That's interesting. I wonder why. But you scorn Father Globe rather than help him. It's given a feminine gender, the Earth. Slough off filth, you condescend, insist you know what's best. Now you've had your claw back and think you will live forever, but the grave remains no less spacious than before. Choi was serving a life sentence at Puny Tech Inc.'s Alpha Campus. So obviously even the prisons were corporate. I think they are now in America, but seemingly they're not hiding the fact in the mid-20s, in the mid-2100s. Alpha Campus for engineering the Doom Plague, viral cocktail that scourged New York, London, Moscow, Tokyo and Shanghai 30 years prior. So they were doing their best to kill off people. This decision to imprison Choi for life rather than execute her was met with widespread outrage, but information she provided in exchange for the sentence led to the arrest of 16 higher-ranking members of the terrorist cult. So she had no friends anywhere after that. She kept her point of view, but she didn't want to die, despite, which is quite contradictory to what she's saying. Surely she could console herself in the fact that by dying, she is ridding the world of one more mouth to feed. But no, she didn't seem to practice what she preached. So that's Harriet Choi. Bless her cottons. So she died of natural causes. But her religious beliefs prevented her from seeking treatment, and I'm sure treatment, 40 years hence from now for cancer is a lot better. So she probably would have been okay. Weird. That's a lot of questions there I have about Choi. Okay, this is an interesting one. I'll read this one. So basically, there's this primetime entertainment star called Ryan Kasabian, and he used his platform at a 2-bit awards show to scorn the world for celebrating the loss of mosquitoes. So the 32-year-old actor spleen vented while accepting the less than coveted award for baddest vampire hero at the Edgescape Choice Awards. Yeah, we forgot that was a thing too. So Edgescape, I don't know if that's another corporation. If we are planetary stewards, we claim to be since the clawback, why are we doing such a lousy job of it? So, yeah, the clawback, the world seems to be failing again. Let's have a look. This is interesting. This is about a servitor robot. So thank you for purchasing the Tidy-O Residential Organisation Assistance. So perhaps this was a Pharaoh offering? Please follow these instructions to guide your Tidy-O through setup. Before activating your Tidy-O, take special care to tidy up your place of residence manually. Don't worry, it's the last time you'll ever have to. Download the Tidy-O app to your personal augmentation device. Activation code is printed on the inside of your Tidy-O. Power on your Tidy-O. Use the app to inform the Tidy-O of which rooms you wish it to service. Allow 3 minutes for the Tidy-O to record the layout of your home and locations of your personal possessions. For testing purposes, remove 5 to 10 items from their usual locations. Tell your Tidy-O, tidy time. If instructions have been followed correctly, your Tidy... I would love that. I would love it. That sounds amazing. Okay, we'll leave that there for now and read a few more later. But let's go and find this side quest that I've been going on about for a long time. What's that? It's like a lantern. It's like a street lamp, isn't it? I've also been going around collecting health and things and sorting out my inventory, so it's a little bit tidier. Got a few more gaps in there, which is good. So I won't need to do that for a little while, possibly until the end game. With the end game in mind, I'm making sure we're nice and stocked. Mother's Rise is the place we want to get to. And thank you so much for all your comments, by the way. I haven't answered them yet. I will get round to them. All your advice and your theories and support. Really appreciate it. So if you've been lurking throughout the series and you don't usually comment, just pipe up there and say hello to me. Say what you've enjoyed about the series, what you enjoy about Horizon, and perhaps what you are looking forward to when Forbidden West drops on the 18th. Okay, this is a very, very small settlement we're coming up to now. Right in these hills, and we're coming across 2 new quests. That's excellent. So these hills here are, what are they? They would be, I guess, so we're just the other side of Mother's Heart here. So just north of the Embrace. And look, there's an Oseram guy here. He's either trading with them, but they don't usually come this far through. I mean, Hunter's Gathering is all the way up here, and that's usually as far as the Oseram comes, so I'm surprised to see one down here this far, right on the edge of the Embrace. I know that they've sent an envoy very, very recently to sort of open up the Noralands a little bit more, to let the Karja back in and Avad to make amends, but that is concerning that there's an Oseram guy so far down. And he looks like his cart. It's also interesting to know how they pull the cart, because we don't see any beasts of burden around the place, do we? Oh, there's another guy under here trying to fix it. What are you trying to fix, dudes? Yeah, we've not seen any carts pulled. It might be that they pull it by their own sweat and tears. But yeah, we don't see any beasts of burden around. And that is to do with Artemis not releasing animals like that yet. We're going to see how the populace got on with what's here. Boar, a few birds, you know, rats, rabbits, foxes, all that. Okay, so now we're seeing some Nora Braves.
It seems so long ago that you were an outcast anointed. Another lifetime.
It does, and you would probably be just as heartless and callous as the other ones and not talking to me. That's why we've got a huge chip on our shoulder, because of the ways of the Nora. Okay, now, not a place I've spent much time, so let's have a look around. So a few very, very small Mother's Rise. So it's obviously, it probably serves as some kind of lookout, considering it's elevated. Fear.
It's you, the Anointed.
Now, no need to make a fuss. That brave. Sounds like he's suffering.
Yes. It's only a matter of time before he passes on. I've seen people die before, but never in such pain. I want to be strong like you, but nothing I do comforts him. I don't even have any dream willow to ease his pain. There should be some in stashes along brave trails to the east, but I must keep vigil for this man. I don't suppose you could check the stashes? Even a little dream willow would ease his pain.
I'll do whatever I can.
Thanks so much.
I'll check the stashes for dream willow if I get a chance.
You will? Thank you. My only wish is to ease this poor man's suffering.
Okay, Fear. So, can we speak to the poor man? No. He's suffering. What from? I do not know. His leg seems to be very injured. So, dream willow, some kind of opioid. The Nora are obviously very, very well versed in herbs and things. They chew lots of bark and brew lots of potions, and Aloy has, as we can see here in the crafting, learnt a lot of that and how to do that. It's not something other tribes are as well versed in. So dream willow is not something we've come across readily. It might be due to its scarcity or due to its how potent it is, but it's something that we need to try and get hold of. Okay, merchants, let's see what you've got. Weapons wise, we've got the best of everything that you've got, I think. Let's buy your health potions. I'm using all the metal vessels, but let's just fill up on these full health. Okay, ammo, treasure boxes. I've never bought a special modification box. I've never gambled like that, so let's buy one for kicks. And of course we'll get his free sample. Sell-wise, I'm going to sell all the multiple hearts that we've got. Even though it doesn't clear inventory space, it gives us what we need for now. In terms of money, and there was a thread on one of the videos very, very recently that talked about inventory space. I think it's KG. Thank you very much for that. I don't think I'm following your advice to the letter, but I think it's good to keep everything clear. And yes, I'm not too good at inventory space usually, as my Subnautica playthrough attests to. Okay. able to clear out these things. I think this talisman can go. And these pathetic items. But we are rolling in the money. I'm going to sell a load of rat meat, even though it's not of much use. Much reward. So that's how we roll.
This will come in handy.
Let's look at this mod box then. We've got a weapon coil. Didn't tell us what it was like though, which is annoying. But I think we can view it here. It was this one, a spear damage coil. Let's see if that helps us. It does a bit by 1%, so that's relatively worth it, I guess. Good. Okay, and I might sell him a few of the mods as well. We're only interested in purple at this stage in the game. Okay, so fear, no fear. We're going to find you some Dream Willow. That is for sure. Right, he's warming his hands upon the kill here, the cooking kill. Now it's interesting, the glyph of the Karja Man Aram, talking about the Nora braves from afar. He got as far as Hunter's Gathering. This is pre-Avad, touching base with the Nora and opening up trade.
What does it mean? That we live in the times of the Anointed?
Yes, you do. And it says that they don't eat meat, only on special occasions. Well, this sort of contradicts that view, but many of the views he comes across are from afar. They're very much feared, the Nora, from afar, because of their secrecy, because they shun tribes too much.
Pleading for strength and understanding.
So here's Jan.
You're Aloy, the one who returned to All Mother's womb. I am blessed to stand in your presence.
There's no need to fuss over me. Who are you praying for?
My sister Nakoa. She went north to find a Karja officer called Zaid, one of the captains of the Red Raids. I'm worried about her.
Okay. Nakoa? She can't be a Seeker, can she? Why did she leave? She wanted to leave knowing that she wouldn't be allowed back.
Did the matriarchs really give Nakoa permission to leave?
No. They refused her. But nothing could stop her from going after Zaid. He murdered our father during the Red Raids. Nakoa saw it happen. Hid in the cellar and forced herself to watch. It changed her.
Okay, so this is one of those stories about when the war ends and the crimes have been committed and society's tried to rebuild and get on with their lives. There's lots of these stories, these hangovers, and this blame and pain that still needs to be reconciled or paid for.
I lived in the Embrace during the Red Raids. What was it like out here?
For 10 years, the Karja attacked without warning. Devils like Zaid butchered braves and kidnapped civilians for blood sacrifice. It all ended when the Mad Sun King died. The matriarchs say his son wants to set things right. But that wasn't enough for Nakoa.
You could have gone with her.
Leave the sacred land and be purged from All Mother's eternal memory? No. I begged Nakoa to stay so she could avoid that fate. She said she didn't care. I don't know. Will she really be cursed for avenging our father? It seems cruel.
Okay. So, Nakoa does not like the rules. Her need for revenge trumps any of her codes that the tribe thinks she should follow.
I'll keep an eye out for her.
Oh, Mother bless you. I know the matriarchs won't let her return to the Sacred Lands, but I just need to know that she's all right. She must have passed through Mother's Crown. My Aunt Salai lives there. They might have spoken. Maybe she can tell you more.
Okay. Search Brave Trails for Dreamwiller caches. So that's what we're going to do first, I think. We're going to go and search the Brave Trails. That's not far down.
I kneel before you, low and humble.
Hey, yeah.
The upper hand.
What's this guy got to say?
I don't know what to say. You're anointed.
We're still very much revered by most. Not a state that Aloy enjoys. Especially how they treated her before. She finds it quite pathetic. I do want to know why there's a Mosaram down here, though. I really do. Okay, Mother's Crown. No, we're going to go do these supply caches first. So let's head over. Going to ignore these watchers that are protecting these grazers. Okay, we're coming around the ruin where we found our focus so many years ago. 13 years ago. Coming up to 14 now, probably, considering. I was reading one of the glyphs, and it talked... This is when Aram was at Mother's Crown, Hunter's Gathering. And he talked of Mother's Crown being a day's travel away. So obviously, to be an open world game, we need to compress it, but that gives you a sense of the expanse of the area in terms of how long it takes someone to travel, presumably on foot, because there's no beasts of burden in the area. So for the Nora, it takes a day to walk that distance. So if you try and recalibrate that distance as a day, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, up to a week's distance to travel to Meridian, considering you have to go around the houses and avoid machines and all sorts of stuff. And the way of the broken stones coming out of Daytower is historically incredibly dangerous. Because you pass all these machines, you pass a Stormbird site, you pass these tramplers, you come past a Thunderjaw, you skirt a Shellwalker convoy, Longleg site, and finally you come down into Meridian. Anyway, sidetracked. Right, let's head over here first. Right, I'll let these striders mind their own business. Still wearing this stealth weave, stealth outfit, so we're going to be giving a little bit more leeway than usual from these striders.
A brave trail. Should be a cache of Dreamwillow up there.
Okay. So we've got to try and get up here. Start by trying to get up into this little rock face. So that looks over to the Nora hunting grounds over there. And let's see where else we can see. Certainly elevated, right. Thank you. Well, we've got a hanging. Look at the detail on this. This bag hanging. Search supply crate.
No dream willow. Just a few shards.
Okay. Let's continue round. Okay, we're coming up through the hunting grounds here, but I don't really want to go through it. It does want us to go through it. Okay. Let's run past this watcher, see how alert it is. Nope. A bit tired. Right, through these trees.
Might be a cache of dream willow along that brave trail.
Okay. Got to try and get up here. How? I don't know. Looks like we've got to track back here. I'm not sure we have to track back
That's
here.
it. I'm already gone.
Didn't really investigate further out, but let's give it a go. Skipping along like it's nothing. Right. We need to get up there.
Better check that brave trail for a dream willow cache.
I don't know if we needed to go that far, but I'm not sure. Okay, here we go. No!
Strange. Looks like someone swapped all the dream willow in these caches for shards.
Okay, that is a mystery, and not one I can remember at all. Let's do ourselves a favour. Okay, I love this morning light. Look at that red sky in the morning. Man, that's beautiful. Very beautiful. I think the Nora have got the best of the both, best of all worlds. It looks like quite a temperate location. They've got cool, they've got a bit of sun, they've got vegetation. I think it's probably the best biome, considering Karja and some Karja territory is looks quite hot. The Karja would argue that theirs is the best, but I don't think so.
You're back.
I've already been to those stashes. All I found was a few shards.
That's strange. Who would have taken the dream willow? It's possible that Jun has gathered more. You could ask him, if you're willing to make the journey.
I'll do whatever I can.
Thanks so much.
I'll be on my way.
Goodbye.
Jun. Find Jun. So he is all the way up here. What are you doing up there, Jun? It's quite a way up. So I missed, I don't know whether I was listening correctly, but I missed who Jun was and is. And
Tough, but I'm used to it.
I'm really not sure what we're getting ourselves into here. I didn't see the reference of who Jun is. Let's look at the quests here and remind ourselves. The wounded braves of the Norris need dream oil to ease their pain, but supplies have run dry. Find Jun. So how do we know where Jun is? Onwards up into these mountains. So these are kind of, yeah. I don't know what these mountain ranges are called. So this is Valley Meat. Or this is Valley Meat. I don't know what they call these in this mountain range. Okay, we're going to kind of come across these guys. Just to test this out, I'm going to see what happens if we sprint through. Look, they don't even see us.
I can still get the upper hand.
Don't even see us. Okay, we've got to come up here now. So what's Jun's deal? I think he's coming back to me now.
Back to your business.
Jun lives atop here, and he's not a very nice bloke, as I remember. Or is that someone else? Investigate the lodge. So there's a lodge here. It's quite extravagant. It's nicer than Rost's hovel. But, yeah, it's quite extravagant. Quite palatial, really.
Is someone there? Oh, Mother be praised.
Here's Jun.
I thought I'd never be freed.
What happened?
A gang of outcasts, that's what. They burst in, stole my dream willow, and left me to die.
What about these outcasts?
A gang of outcasts?
Yes, a gang. The door crashed open. I didn't stand a chance. They grabbed my dream willow and left me for dead.
Why?
Why would outcasts steal your dream willow?
Why? Because it's the most valuable herb I gather, of course. Miserable thieves.
They took nothing else?
No. Mark my words. They have struck a deal with outsiders. It's shards they're after, and they'll kill to get it.
Yeah, I think it's pertinent that we found shards in those caches.
Which way did the outcasts go?
Up the mountain, I think. You might catch them if you hurry. Whatever you do, don't let their shabby looks fool you. They'll kill you as soon as look at you. Oh, I need to catch my breath.
Yeah, you could stop talking for a start.
So it's interesting. We're gonna get to commune
The outcasts must have left tracks. My focus should pick them up.
with outcasts who we're gonna
Well, someone left here recently, and they were in a
sympathise with.
hurry.
We're gonna sympathise with these guys, whoever they are, because we know what it's like to be an outcast. Look at this outcrop they've tried to support in case it's because it's obviously unstable. So to keep the pathway intact, they've had to resort to fortifying it.
Hurry! Help me up!
Okay. Right. What shall we do here?
Got it!
What I'm going to do is I'm going to freeze her up. I'm going to freeze her up. I'm going to tie her
I
down.
might regret that.
I'm out of arrows!
The outcast that took the dream willow.
Finish it!
Okay.
Good! We heard it! Good!
Okay, there we go.
Brave! You heard it! Yeah!
Okay, managed to get that guy. That guy's gone. Let's try and ice rail this guy up.
Watcher here!
Yeah, that's the ticket. That's the ticket. Takes an age to charge up, but it saw off a watcher pretty readily.
Never know when I might need these.
Okay, that was fun. Yes, so another comment prompted me to get back in touch with the rope caster. So that's what I'm doing. Very useful.
You have our thanks.
Kernst.
If the gratitude of outcasts means anything to you.
It does.
You not only save us, but speak to us.
The matriarchs cast me out at birth. The laws of the Nora don't mean much to me.
And you're that girl whose mother never claimed her. But an outcast no longer.
No. A seeker, in fact. Looking for Dreamwillow.
That could be a problem.
So, why steal?
Why did you take the Dreamwillow?
Because we have wounded. Why else would we take it? Something terrible has happened to the tribe. The Braves offer no protection. The machines are angry, and bandits infest the sacred land and prey upon us. Why else would outcasts break custom and band together, but that we have no choice? Even so, we did not steal. We left shards in the stashes and tried to pay John. But of course he would not speak to us.
Yes, so they left the shards. And then, what about this Jun?
Jun said you roughed him up.
He was too busy cringing to know what happened. The man's a coward. We made sure not to hurt him, not that he seemed to notice.
Okay, let's hear about their crimes. Probably very insignificant to us.
What crimes did you and the others commit?
I beat a man who stole my kill. It was my wrong. The others stole, broke custom, or trespassed among the bones of the metal world. No murderers here, if that's what you're asking.
Bit of violence, bit of trespassing, bit of contraband. Very harsh outcome. To throw them from the tribe, throw them from their family, and become shunned by all. Quite harsh. But keeps an ordered society, I imagine.
There are others who need Dreamwillow. You can't have all of it.
You asking or demanding?
Talking. One person to another.
I see. Perhaps we have more than we need. After everything that happened, we were afraid. We took all we could find. Here, I'll keep a portion, but the rest... may it find its way to those who need it.
I'll see that it does. In the meantime, you may want to go back to Mother's Heart. Things have changed there a bit. Tell them I sent you.
If you think we'd be welcome. Things must have changed quite a lot. All right. We'll consider it.
Good luck. And stay safe.
Well then, Kernst. Okay. So, Outcast. Let's go and see these guys up here. Outcast for not much. Oh, they're not well though. They're tired, they're exhausted from the kill, from the attack. And yes, they need their drugs as well, but they can't have all of it. Right, let's go back and speak to Yun. So Yun hates outcasts as much as anyone, and he refused to listen to their plight because he just saw them as bad. Very binary thinking. Oh, we'll take these. Didn't see those. Metal shards, metal vessels. Metal shards, bony meat. And a gambler's box. An outfit weave. A trap we can't use. And some shards. Okay, Yun. Talk to me. With your feet in the rock.
Here's the Dream Willow. Take it to Fia and Mother's Rise. There are wounded braves there who need it badly.
I will. But what became of the outcasts? Did those wretches pay for their crimes? Ganging up together, speaking to each other, and to us. I hope you showed them no mercy.
You don't know who I am, do you?
Should I?
I was raised as an outcast in the mountains above Mother's Heart.
The motherless girl. If I'd known, I never would have spoken to you.
Okay. Time to look in the mirror, Yun, or how about I put you in your place? I think that's the ticket.
You'd like to think you're better than others, don't you, Jun? But really, all you are is a small man with a small heart. And when you die, no one will even notice.
At least I know outcast.
That's right. You're not even that. The outcasts reached out to each other. But you're nothing. I'm done here. Make sure that Fia gets that Dream Willow, or I'll be back.
Little bit harsh, maybe.
I'll take the Dream Willow to Fia. But you had no right to speak to me as you did. I'll take the Dream Willow to Fia.
Little bit harsh, Aloy.
To speak to me as you did.
He's up here, he's out the way, he's, as you say, he's very much forgotten as a person. So we didn't need to speak to him like that. Okay. Ooh, he wants us to go and talk to the hunting groundskeeper, but no, we're not going to do that yet. We are going to do this quest here. A Daughter's Vengeance. So let's go to Mother's Crown and talk to Salai, who may know where Nakoa went. So if she was heading out to Day Tower, this would be the way she would be going. To Mother's Crown, and then along this area, which I think is Valley Meat. It's called Spears Reach, that's what it's called. I wish they had the name of the area on here. Mother's Vigil is just here. Where's Mother's Vigil? Where's Mother's Vigil? Somewhere. Here, I think. I don't know. Anyway, let's head there. Mother's Crown. Salai. Nakoa. Daughter's Vengeance.
This must be Mother's Crown. So I should be around here somewhere.
Okay, up to the archery area. Hello, Salai. Carving something out of wood. What are you making there?
You're the Anointed.
Yeah, I need you to tell me about Nakoa.
I gave her supplies for the journey north. She went to Day Tower, looking for Zaid.
Okay, so we know about Day Tower, but let's hear about it
Is
from
there
her.
anything you can tell me about Day Tower?
It's a Karja fort, right at the border. Bastards used to gather Nora captives there, so they could ship them to Meridian for slaughter. I told Nakoa not to go. What's a lone Nora gonna do there? But she wouldn't listen. All she can think about is finding Zaid.
What do you know of Zaid?
He's a rabid animal, a murderer. The worst of the Red Raiders. Killed my brother while poor Nakoa watched from the shadows. Even as I begged her not to go, part of me wanted her to. I need him dead as much as she does. You can't imagine what it's like. He mutilated my brother. And yet he walks free among the Karja.
I understand. Better than you think.
Of course, her mission was tinged with revenge on who those killers were and why they killed Paul Rost and many in the Nora lands.
I'll look for Nakoa when I reach Day Tower.
She can't come back. The matriarchs won't allow it. But I'd be so grateful if you could find her and help her if she needs it. And please, keep this between us.
I will. I promise.
Yeah, we know the severity of what will happen to Nakoa. Okay, off we go to Day Tower. We know exactly where it is. There's Day Tower's gate. Let's take this campfire.
Whoever's in charge here might know if Nakoa came through.
Okay, we've spoken to the man in charge before. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. Well, Zaid we know is up there.
Don't pass up these goods.
What do we... I think we just got to go and ask around.
Take a look at these wares.
Balan, that's his name.
Lakir came back on his own, a little worse for wear. He seemed a bit...
He has a lovely singing voice.
That's a capital lie if I've ever heard one. I'll have a talk with him about it.
We've heard this. Okay, let's speak about Nakoa.
You said something happened with Nakoa.
The Nora girl? Yes, something happened. Attempted murder. Prefect Zaid can tell you more about it. You can find him near the main tower, up the steps.
Wait. Saeed is here?
He is. Look, I've heard what your people say about him, but he swears it's a case of mistaken identity. If there's a shadow to him, I've never been able to prove it, and the forbearance he showed towards this Nakoa woman was impressive. Oh, speak to him. Maybe he knows where she went. And try not to assault him, please.
I need to go.
Let me know if there's any news about those missing men.
It's curious that, the missing men. We don't come across them. And unless we do, I'm not sure. But anyway, Zaid is either a case of mistaken identity or he's a particularly good slippery liar. Politician at his core.
Always stay right. Always
Let's go and find out what he's got to say for himself. Yes, we've tried to enact this conversation many a time. But we didn't have the quest yet.
You're Zaid.
And you're a Nora. I can tell from your tone you've heard of me. Let me ease your mind. There seem to be wild stories about me among your tribe. But the Nora have me mistaken for someone else. I'm not sure where the fault lies, but the fog of war often breeds confusion. Unfortunately, some refuse to acknowledge the error. So it was with the last Nora who came through here.
Okay, let's talk about these red raids, of which we hope he's mistaken.
So you deny participating in the Red Raids?
No, I didn't say that. I did have a role in those operations, albeit a very limited one. But all this nonsense about torture and murder, that wasn't me. They have me confused with some other commander. I don't doubt some of my comrades did bad things, but Sun King Avad has worked hard to eliminate such brutality.
So it looks like if he is this guy of which they speak, he committed brutalities as many people did in that situation, and he's had to change with the times, and he's obviously quite happy to. I've seen the power has shifted to Avad. He's got to be in line with that power, and he wants to keep the power he already has. And he's obviously very high up in his soldiering, so he's obviously had to talk the talk to be able to do that. Otherwise, it would have been a different story for him. I'm not sure he would have. Avad was very forgiving to a lot of people, so I'm not sure he wouldn't have come out, pretty well anyway. But maybe those around him would have stopped his advancement and made his life more difficult, just out of their, disdain for what he did.
The last Nora who came through here. You mean Nakoa?
Is that her name? Oh well. It was a very unfortunate situation. She attacked me in broad daylight. If one of my men hadn't spotted her, I might well have been injured. But we were able to subdue her without harm.
What did you do with her?
I let her go, of course. It was clear she thought I was responsible for unspeakable things. So, in a sense, her actions were justifiable. I explained that she was wrong, then sent her on her way. Sadly, I don't think she believed me.
Yeah, tell me more.
Where is Nakoa now?
I don't know exactly. She left raving that she would find a way to bring me down. But I did hear a report from the garrison at Lonesome Rock that a young woman had been abducted by bandits. Might have been her.
Oh, Lonesome Rock. That is...
You've really gone out of your way to help, Prefect Said.
It's no trouble. The Sun King wishes to make amends with your people, and I am his humble servant.
I'll go to Lonesome Rock and get to the bottom of this. I promise you that.
You do that. And if our men are anything less than helpful, please let me know.
So Lonesome Rock is the other side of Lone Light. So that's Lone Light, and the other side of this expanse of rock. So down here is the Gatelands. Morning Watch is somewhere nearby. That's Cut Cliffs. Lonesome Rock is here. Okay, we're going to go and head right into this long leg site and go and speak to whoever is it, whoever's there. Okay, long legs. Let's leave you to your business. Okay, Lonesome Rock.
I'll find a use for you.
Can't remember going into you before. Maybe we did. But you seem to harness the power of this rushing river.
I might need to go in quiet.
Right. If it is a trap, we can't see anyone there.
Seems like an ordinary outpost. I'd better look around.
So this looks like some kind of
I'm so bored.
chicken coop.
Bored with being bored.
I'm bored with you talking about being bored.
I'm bored with you complaining about me being bored.
I wasn't complaining about you being bored. I was complaining about your complaining.
Well, now I'm complaining about your complaining.
If you two don't shut up, I'm gonna complain to Zaid, and then things'll get ugly.
Right, dudes, talk to me.
Hold, Outlander! What are you doing here?
Let's just be up front with that type of person.
Prefect Zaid told me that bandits abducted a girl near here. Do you know where they might have taken her?
Zaid told you that, did he? Huh. No bandits around here, girl. But I think I can help you find your friend. The boss sent us a fresh one, boys. Wrap her up and tie her down.
Okay, looks like... Let's set you guys on fire.
Only a little blood.
Alright, let's see what Zaid's hiding out here.
Level 57 reached. What does that give us? 1 skill point, which we can't use. Supply box, we'll open that later. Charm, we'll sell that later. And the big guy? Health potion. Lenses and vessels. Okay, what were you eating? It's curious that there's a chicken coop here. Carts and all sorts, but we've not seen hide nor hair of a chicken. It might be for geese? I'm not sure, but there's definitely no chickens in this world.
There are chains in the cart.
Oh yes, shackles.
Not just chains, manacles. They were moving prisoners somewhere.
What else? Highlight track. Which track? That one. Okay, so I think they pull the cart. I think that's what they do. There's no horses or cows or chickens to pull them. So they're transporting a prisoner. Shackled prisoner.
I'll tuck that away.
Yeah, we've not come across this way before. So this is coming up to Rock Reef here. This is the quarry. The other side of those mountains there, those hills. So, transporting a prisoner up here.
The tracks lead to that compound. Maybe Nakoa's inside.
Ooh, look at that sawtooth. Not sawtooth, what are they called? Snapmore.
That Nora girl we got in the hole is nice and mean.
Don't get ideas. Zaid says hands off or he'll let her price it off.
Okay,
Sounds like Nakoa's here.
We have a battle
And
ahead.
I'm gonna have to cut through these guards to get to her.
Right, we've got a battle ahead. We need to infiltrate this place. Sounds like Nakoa's in here, so we might have got our girl. Let's get to it.